Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I am Alex, and today we're looking at a paper from the Papers with Code trending list, published on the 11th of June 2025. This paper introduces a new model that significantly outperforms existing methods for analyzing historical satellite imagery without any human-provided labels. The paper is titled Urban1960SatSeg, Unsupervised Semantic Segmentation of Mid-20th Century Urban Landscapes with Satellite Imageries. So the big challenge here is that we have these fascinating but very low quality satellite images from the 1960s. Think distortion, misalignment, and no labels. To tackle this, the researchers did two things. First, they created Urban1960SatSeg, a brand new dataset of these old images that they've expertly annotated for semantic segmentation. Semantic segmentation is essentially the task of assigning a category, like road or building, to every single pixel in an image. Second, they developed a new unsupervised model, which means it learns to perform this segmentation without needing any of those pre-made labels. And as well, the results are pretty impressive. And for those who want to dive deeper, the authors have shared a GitHub repository for this project. In there, you'll find the details on their new dataset, Urban1960SatSeg, along with links to download it. It also has an appendix and some Python files with usage examples to help you get started. Alright, so let's dig into that first contribution, the Urban1960SatSeg dataset. This figure gives us a fantastic overview. It focuses on the city of Xi'an in the 1960s and highlights the unique properties of this new benchmark. You can see the historical depth, for example. It shows airports that no longer exist today. It also captures cultural richness with landmarks like the ancient city wall. The researchers then show examples of the high-resolution data, with different urban landscapes like buildings and roads clearly segmented. And finally, it lists the many challenges, like grayscale images, scanning artifacts, and atmospheric interference that make this data so tough to work with. And this next chart really visualizes why the Urban1960SatSeg is such a big deal. It plots various remote sensing datasets on a graph. Along the bottom, you have the observation year, and on the vertical axis, you have resolution in meters. It's important to note that lower on the chart actually means higher resolution, so more detail. You can see that almost all the other datasets are clustered from the 1990s onward. But way over on the left, all by itself, is Urban1960SatSeg, with a remarkably high resolution for its time, truly bridging a huge temporal gap in our data. Alright, so building on that idea of bridging a temporal gap, this next figure gives us a much more detailed look inside the Urban1960SatSeg dataset itself. It actually breaks the dataset down into two specific products. The first is Urban-SS1964, which is for multi-class semantic segmentation. It categorizes every pixel into one of four classes: farmlands and background, buildings, roads and transport infrastructure, or lakes and water bodies. The second product is Urban-SP1964, which simplifies this to a binary task of identifying impervious surfaces, which are essentially man-made surfaces like roads and buildings that water can't soak through. Okay, so now that we have this unique data, how do we actually analyze it without any human labels? That's where the researchers' second big contribution comes in, the Urban1960SatSeg USM model, and this diagram shows us how it works. It's a really clever multi-stage approach. First, it uses the powerful segment anything model, or SAM, to generate a rough initial set of labels for the image. These are called pseudo-labels, since they're machine-generated. Then, it uses a self-supervised framework with a teacher and a student model to learn rich features, guided by these initial pseudo-labels. That clever unsupervised model, combined with the one-of-a-kind Urban1960SatSeg dataset, is really what makes this research so impactful. It effectively unlocks historical satellite data that was previously unusable for this kind of large-scale analysis. This work opens up a new window into the past, letting us study decades of urban development in a way we never could before. It's a powerful new tool for historians and urban planners alike. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Research Roundup. I'm your host, Alex.